speak with you. Perhaps you had some questions about policing and perhaps how and why we do the things that we do. So I'm here to, this is my second class, this is our second class, and we're here if you have any questions to feel free to raise your hand and we'll answer them to the best of our ability.
I would like to know what kind of ticket we can get if we pass above the limitation with a car, for example.
The speed limit.
The speed limit, yeah.
I'm sorry, repeat that please.
If we pass the speed limit, above the speed limit, what kind of ticket we can get?
Okay, that's unlawful speed. We issue citations for unlawful speeds. We can determine your speed on basically 3 different levels. We have what we call a radar gun, we have a laser gun, and also we have calibrated vehicles, police units. And when I say calibrated police vehicles, meaning that our speedometer has to be accurate. It's tested yearly to make sure that the speed that's displayed on the speedometer is the accurate speed. And if we pace you on a certain speed and it's over the posted speed limit, then you can be stopped and warned or cited for that violation. And those are very expensive tickets, speeding, because that's one of our most dangerous things that we have, people who are speeding and not abiding by law.
So it's not always the same ticket. You can move. It depends on the.
All of our citations, we use what's called a uniform traffic citation, which are all issued for traffic infractions. We use different statutes, and basically we can specify what violation occurred on the citation or ticket, as it's commonly referred to. But we list out the infraction, like she said, unlawful speed. We list our state or city, and what's it referred to? The
Ordinance.
The ordinance, and you list it down, and it explains to whoever gets the ticket what they did wrong and how to handle the situation.
But how much an average is the ticket?
Well, it depends on, we have certain guidelines on how much over you are of the speed limit. We have certain fines for those penalties. If you're in a school zone, it's more higher. And if you're in a construction zone where we have people, it's posted that people are doing construction on the roadways, and for the safety purposes, you're supposed to be going a certain speed. But just regular speed limits, we have guidelines. If you're going, I think it's 0 to 9 over the speed limit, it'll indicate to you what your penalty is.
Yeah, that's what I heard, that if it's the plate says 35, you can go near to 40, but not more than that. You have this, or it's just...
You can actually be cited
for 36.
For going 36.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you, most officers don't, because it depends on the officer, it depends on the circumstances. Personally, in school zones, if you're 1 mile over the speed limit, most officers, because that becomes a risk issue for the children. If you're going with the flow of traffic and you're a couple miles over the speed limit and on a regular road and regular traffic, and it's not a hazardous situation, then most officers aren't going to take the time for a 1 or 2 mile over situation, because we understand that while driving, sometimes you might have gotten distracted from looking at your speedometer, went a little bit faster, went a little bit slower. That's just part of driving. But it's kind of hard to justify if you're doing 65 and a 35. That I wasn't paying attention to my speedometer or something like that. So yeah.
And I want to know why you chose this career.
Well, it was very easy for me. As a little girl growing up, I was a Christian. I went to church a lot, and my family, that's what we did. We helped people out, and I would see the police at my school or in my community, and that's what they were doing. They were helping people out, and at a very early age, I decided I thought that was real cool as a kid, and I was like, man, that's something I can do. I was very athletic. I was liking to help others. And I just wanted everybody to feel safe. I wanted my mother to be safe. I wanted my family to be safe. And if I had something to do, or I could do something similar to that, that's just what I wanted to do. And I absolutely love it. I've been doing it over 22 plus years. And I think this was the best decision, one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
For me, it was kind of a delayed decision. I was always interested in the career, but I wasn't sure if it was a situation that was suited for me at the time. I worked different jobs for a period of time. I was a truck driver for a number of years. I've always been involved with different organizations, charity organizations, helping people. And through a couple of my charity organizations, I've encountered different police officers that I've become friends with over the years, and I discussed certain situations with them. So they explained to me if I was interested, they would sit down with me. They would explain what the job really entails, kind of like, I'll say a question and answer session like we're having now. I knew the job was an interesting job. I knew it was something, but I wasn't sure of everything it entailed, so I wasn't sure if it was something I would be able to do. I wasn't sure if I would be right for the job, not that the job would be right for me. So, because it's not a job that's set for everybody. Everybody can't do this job. You go out and you put your life on the line every day when you go out. So you have to be aware of every situation you're dealing with. And some people, they just want to go to work and they just want to do exactly what they have to do and they want to go home. So you have to be able to adjust to different situations, be able to communicate to different people. And I sat down with them over a process of honestly about a year and a half discussing the situation. And I finally decided that I was going to go ahead and try to do it. And I was lucky enough that when I applied, I was accepted to training pretty quickly. And I still wasn't totally sure, but over time, I've grown to love the job. For me personally, this is the first job that I've ever had where I get up and I enjoy going to work in the morning. I have great people that I work with. There's not many jobs where you can say you would put your life in one of your coworkers' hands. So, I mean, it's a great job. I enjoy interacting with people. I enjoy being able to help people who've come from similar situations such as myself. I enjoy being able to go out and communicate different things. I learn something new every day. You got to think about it, in an area like Fort Lauderdale, we encounter so many different types of people. It's a great job. There's no way you can learn everything about this job in any amount of years, in my opinion. I learn something new every day I come to work, and I love it.
What kind of stuff do you learn every day?
Just different things. You learn different things about different people. We have, if you think about the amount of laws we have to deal with in different situations and how to interact in different situations, our guidelines that we're supposed to deal with when handling certain calls, you can read the book all day, but it doesn't really teach you how to conclude situations, how to interact and apply those situations. It takes quite a few years to even get comfortable doing that. So.
And just being in the city of Fort Lauderdale in the United States, you have different cultures. And in dealing with different cultures, you have to learn a lot about them because, I can go handle disturbance with one culture and then have a similar situation with another culture, and you wouldn't believe the difference. It's so different and it's so unique. And you learn stuff about people and from people. And all our interactions aren't always negative. There's a lot of positive interactions that we have with the community, appreciative to us being in the area, doing what we do, and that's rewarding. That's very rewarding. And from that, you just learn and you appreciate. When you see the tragic incidents, you appreciate life a little bit more. You respect people a little bit more, and it makes you want to make people safe. You want to apprehend bad guys or girls or whatever the case might be.